So, guys, I have a crazy story. Back in when I was younger, I met this girl in a restaurant. She was Romanian. Okay, her name was Andrea. We got married. Okay, I thought things were great. Like, I was going to school for music. I was working a job, and I had a beautiful wife, and I thought life was perfect, like it is right now, right? I thought life was perfect, but things did, and something happened. My wife, she wanted to break up with me for whatever reason, and I was completely in love with her. So I was devastated when she said that. And what happened, guys? I was struggling so much, and I was so lost, and I was suffering so much that I knew I had to do something. So what I did, guys, I went on a trip with my friend. Okay, we went on a road trip from Michigan, because that's where I'm from. I grew up in Michigan, Ann Arbor. So we went on a trip. We went from Michigan, and then we went all the way. We started going to like music festivals and stuff like Bonnaroo, and then we went out to Colorado, okay? Driving in my Jeep Wrangler at the time. We went out to Colorado and we joined this rainbow gathering, okay? I don't know if you know what that is, but it's kind of far out. It's like a group of people, they meet up in like a forest throughout the world, and they just have like, there's all these different camps. There's like, the Christian camp, there's like naked people camp, yoga camp, all this kind of stuff is wild. Okay, and they do music and they do drum circles and all this kind of stuff. I'm not a hippie, and I never really was a hippie, but it's kind of a hippie thing, and my friend was into that, so I was like, okay, whatever, we'll stop there on our road trip, okay? So guys, while we were there, we were at this table, right? And there was a stack of books on the table, and my friend was like, hey, grab this book. I'm like, okay, whatever. I just grabbed the book, right? And then I didn't think about it, and I didn't think about the book at all. And I just basically threw it in the back of my car, and we continued on our road trip, okay? So we went all the way to we went through the Grand Canyon, and we went to Las Vegas, and basically, guys, I wanted to find healing. I wanted to find answers to life. I didn't understand why this was happening to me, why I lost my wife, why I was going through this suffering. I didn't understand it. I didn't get it. So I was looking for questions. I had questions why am I here? What am I doing? What's the purpose of life? All that kind of stuff, guys. So while we're on this road trip, guys, my whole mission was okay, I got to find answers. I got to find healing, or I'm just going to crash and burn, baby. I'm just going to party and just basically die partying. That's where I was at. Okay. So long story short, guys, we got back to my place. We got back to Michigan, and basically I was really low. I was at the lowest point of my life ever, as low as you can go, guys. I was so close to death, you can't even think about it. And so what I did, I was just like, hey, what's up? What's up, yo? So we're in Cozumel, Mexico right now. And so I was at my lowest point, guys, and I just prayed to God. I was like, God, please help me. I was looking for answers. I was like, God, please help me. I wanted to do something good with my life, but here I am, completely suffering. And then what happened next, guys, I read this book, okay? I read this book. It's called the Bhagavad Gita as it is. So I read this book, and it completely changed my life, guys. When I started reading it, I was blown away. It talked about how we're not this body, we're spiritual beings, and life is meant for self-realization and connecting with God and being spiritual, all this stuff, guys. There's a lot to it. I mean, there's a lot of philosophy there. It's Eastern philosophy, it's wisdom from India. There's a lot of stuff there, okay? So long story short, I looked in the back of the book, and it said, and I was looking for what to do next, right? So I looked in the back of the book, it said there's temples you can visit. So I was like, okay. And I went to this temple in Detroit, right? That was the closest temple to my house at the time. And I went to this temple, I met some monks, and inside of the book, guys, it said you need to find a guru. So I went to the temple, I was like, hey, I'm looking for a guru. And they're kind of like, oh, slow down, buddy. And then they invited me to go to West Virginia, okay? So I went to this temple in West Virginia, and I was living there. And I was living there as a monk, and I was learning the basics, what do monks do? We wake up every day in the morning at 4 o'clock in the morning. We do some meditation, we do some singing and dancing. There's a lot of music involved, which is kind of what attracted me to it, because I'm a musician, I love music. So there's a lot of music involved. There's dancing, and then my first day in the temple, guys, I was wearing these robes. I had these 2 cloths. I was wearing robes. I was a full-on monk, and I was just learning the basics. But I got a little bored living on the farm. I'm not really a farm guy, okay? Even though I got this hat, because I'm in Mexico. But I was like, I need some action. I want to do something else. And then we went, we were traveling as the monks. We went to these different cities, because sometimes monks, they'll visit different temples. And one thing that we do as monks, we do music on the streets. We chant and dance and sing on the streets. And the first time I did that, guys, I was like, wow, this is the most amazing thing I've ever done. So I got a real taste for that. And then I decided I wanted to stay in a temple in New York. And basically I was there for 4 years, and I was singing and dancing, going on the streets, sharing books with people, spreading the message, right? And then it led me to India, okay? So I was a monk in India too. So I was a monk for many years, guys. I did a lot of traveling. I learned a lot about the music. I can play instruments and stuff. Like I know a lot about this philosophy and the music behind it and all this stuff, okay? And there's also really good food, guys. There's also really good monk food. And you know, I did that for, let me just like say, long story short, guys, I did that for many years. But then I just reached a point where like, okay, I'm done with the monk life. Like I got it. I understand it. And okay, I'm ready to move on. I want to do something different. I have other desires. I have other aspirations. I want to live a life of more freedom. I want to start playing guitar again. I want to start singing. I want to start building some new experiences. I want to maybe get married. Who knows, right? So, but I just wanted to be, I was done. I was just basically, I outgrew the monk life. I'm like, okay, that's enough. And then I decided, then I realized, well, I wasn't working. So I didn't have any income coming in. So I was like, wow, I need to make some money now because, you know, I'm back in the real world. Because when I was in a monk, I wasn't in the real world, guys. I was living in like the monk reality. But now I'm living in the real world, right? So I got to make money. So I started teaching English online for a while, and it was fine, like, because I was traveling through Asia and it was good. But then the pandemic came, and then they cut all the pay. All the pay was being cut and stuff like that. So I had to figure out other ways to make money. So I was online and I found digital marketing, guys. And I found this blueprint that shows you step by step how to earn $900 a day, which is an extra $27,000 a month, okay? So what I learned inside of this blueprint is how to automate my business, guys. I've learned how to build my email list and how to attract daily paying customers by just posting content on social media on a consistent basis, okay? And then the automated business is behind the scenes doing 90% of the work for me so I can make passive income, right? And this is all the stuff that I'm learning. And what I love about it is the fact that we have a community of over 40,000 people for ongoing training and support. And the fact that you only have to work just 2 hours a day around your schedule, okay? That's awesome, right? Because we have a 2-hour workday. So you just create content, you can go live, you can post free ads. I prefer to just create content and go live, guys. So yeah, this is like a life changer, dude. This is why I'm here in Cozumel right now, because of this business, right? So what I love, it's so super beginner friendly. You just got to follow the steps and have success. If someone who is a monk turned teacher can do this, then so can you. So if you want to learn more, just go to my website. It's wealthwithdan.com. You can go there, you can check out the description, and you can learn more about that. If you have any questions, let me know. Like if you have questions about monk life, if you need help with your mental health, if you need help overcoming addiction, because I overcome my addictions, guys. I was a chain smoker, I was an alcoholic, you know, I did drugs, I woke up, I overdosed, and like, you know, I learned how to overcome all this stuff. And I also have learned how to make money online. So if you want to learn more, just reach out, guys. Don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you be successful and happy. So yeah, just go to my website, wealthwithdan.com, or just reach out to me. All the best.